Hello. So, it's my lunch break. Oh my goodness. And guess what? This week we are having Employee Appreciation Week. And I happen to be at work today. So, this is part of what's left from my Employee Appreciation Week. I had the sliders, I have the Lace chips, and there's a pack of grandma cookies. If you know grandma cookies, there's two of those in there. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm trying to be a good girl, so I'll save it for my girls. I know they'll love it. It's chocolate chip and it is very yummy. And of course there's some water to go with it. And I was just reminded of the book I finished listening to. It's an audio original by Burchard. Brendon Burchard. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's called The 6 Habits of Growth. And it really stood out. This is the second time actually I'm listening to it. And as a mental health provider, I was reminded that a lot of things go on in our lives that we don't realize, and they bind and build up over time. Before we know it, we are drowning in mental health issues. We are drowning in just stress, a lot of stress. And it just happens that this month is stress awareness. I believe it was earlier in the month, and I did a live video on my YouTube channel. If you wanna go watch it, it's very short. It's about 10 minutes long. You can watch it just to see what you can do for self-management. So one thing that really stood out in this book, he talks about the 6 habits of growth, of course. And oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of them. There's motivation, there's energy. I'm blanking out, but there's 6 habits of growth: motivation, energy, oh my goodness, leadership, and the other 3 I can't think of them right now off my head. But let me tell you one thing that I have been using to my patients. Every time I see a patient for whatever reason in my private practice, I have to mention this to them: take your meds RX. And meds RX is an acronym that he uses, and I give all credits to Brendon Burchard for this tip. The first thing for M is meditation. I have preached about meditation. I utilize meditation in my private life, when I wake up, when I go to sleep, occasionally in between when I'm just tired and I need to have a break for my mind, I use meditation. So meditation has several benefits, including relaxation. It helps you rejuvenate. It helps your mind just to relax and reset. So meditation for M. E is for exercise. I am trying to get back on the groove. Exercise, it helps with releasing of endorphins, which is a natural pain relieving hormone, if I may. Exercise helps with weight loss, helps with physical strength. It helps with mental clarity as well. So E for exercise. Doing exercise for at least 30 minutes every day, 3 to 5 times a week, can help you in several ways. So make sure you get your exercise in. Talking about exercise, so today during this Employees Week celebration, we did scavenger hunt, and I was picked to be one of those who went on scavenger hunt. Oh my goodness, we walked. That was tiresome. It was like very intense for almost 30 minutes. We were up and about trying to get the clues. And when I looked at my watch after that, I had over 6,000 steps that I had built. And going from one building to another, we were going down the hill and up the hill. So it was very intense. It was like really working out. By the time we were finished, we were sweating and we were like, no. This was like a way of getting us to get our exercise in for the day. And my watch recognized it and told me, hey, you've achieved your goal for the day. And I bet you it's going to tell me that's my highest score for the week. So exercise is very important. Back to our take your meds RX. D for diet, healthy diet options. Of course, What we got in our packs, if you may look at it as a healthcare professional, as a dietitian, as a cardiologist, you're gonna say that's not the healthiest option. Burger, chips, chocolate chip cookie, no, those are not healthy options. But let's get back on here. Diet for healthy options. Make sure you're getting your greens in, your vegetables. Make sure you stay hydrated. This is one of the bottles that I got from the employees appreciation, but I always carry my bottle of water with me just to make sure I stay hydrated all the time. So diet is very important. It's part of our health awareness, and definitely keeping it on top of your list is very, very important. As for sleep, since I started working the 12-hour shifts, waking up at 4:30 in the morning, being at making sure I get to work by 6 in the morning, I try to go to bed as early as I can, by 10 o'clock. And that allows me to get at least 6 hours of sleep. An adult, you need between 6 to 8 hours of sleep. For kids, you need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Sleep helps you relax your mind, relax your body, and when you wake up, you're ready to conquer the day. Poor sleep habits makes it really, really hard for you to manipulate yourself. You wake up tired, your whole day is gonna be dragged around. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Some of the healthy sleep habits I talk about is making sure you avoid screen time before bed, making sure you avoid caffeine, avoid drinking too much water before bed, making sure you avoid stressful situations. And Brendon Burchard, oh my goodness, I keep butchering his name, and pardon me for this. Brendon Burchard talks about the 3-2-1 method. So 3 hours before bed, no sleep, no food. 2 hours before bed, no screen time, and 1 hour before bed. I can't think of what the one is, but it talks about the 3-2-1. No screen. Oh my goodness, I can't think of what the last one is. But of course, avoiding food 3 hours before bed, and 2 hours before bed, avoiding screen time. I believe that's what it is. I have to check and see what the one is, but that's what it talks about. So R is for relationship. Make sure your relationship is in order, and this spans very broad. It starts with your immediate people that you interact with. Like for me, I will look at the relationship between me and my husband, between me and my kids, me and my siblings, me and my friends, relationship between you and your other relatives. And one thing I emphasize is, if you have somebody within your cycle that's really draining you mentally, physically, emotionally, you have to rethink this. I recently saw a patient who was going through a lot in her life, and this is in relation to the stress that's happening between her and her parents. And it's really tough when you have to cut ties with your parent. This is somebody who raised you, somebody who gave you things that you can look back and say, yeah, I got education, I got life, I got housing, food, accommodation, whatever you may list that your parents were able to give to you. But sometimes it gets to the point where you are like, I know I love you, mom, I love you, dad, but right now I need to take care of me. Let me take care of me first. When I'm ready to get back in your cycle, I'll be back, and just understand what I'm going through right now. So relationship is important, and you shouldn't be scared to cut ties with anybody who's draining you. Over the past couple of years, I've had to make very tough decisions. I've had to let go of people who were once very important in my life, but you just realize that they don't benefit you anymore. All they do is drag you down. There are people who will want to drag you down with them. So make sure you look into your relationship. The other thing about relationship is making sure you get in touch with people. No man is an island. Make sure you're reaching out to your friends, see how they are doing. And the challenge was, make sure you reach out to one friend or two friends every single day. Don't be an island. Don't stay in your own cycle by yourself, because that alone too drains you. You need people to talk to, you need people to hang around with, and of course making sure you choose the right people to hang around and the right people to talk to. Finally, supplements. He talks about supplementation in terms of diet, in terms of making sure you talk to a dietitian. Personally, I haven't been to one, but I'm in the healthcare profession, so I really know what to look into when I'm talking about supplementation. If your mood is low, certain over-the-counter supplements can be enough to help you, like vitamin D, which is unprescribed. It's over-the-counter, but definitely I'm not your healthcare professional, I'm not your advisor. So in case of any concerns, make sure you check with your medical doctor or your provider to make sure whatever you're going to take is not going to interact with anything that you're taking right now. The other thing I tell my patients about supplementation is to try and replace bad habits with good habits. Something like, instead of scrolling down your YouTube app or scrolling down YouTube videos, you can replace that with reading. And I'm trying to make reading my habit, both audiobooks and hard copy books. So right now I'm reading this Bugglehead's The 3 Fund Portfolio. It's the second time I'm reading it. It's actually, the actual title is The Bugglehead's Guide to the 3 Fund Portfolio. How a simple portfolio of 3 total market index funds outperforms most investors with less risk. And this is by John C. Bogle. So yeah, definitely replacing bad habits with good habits like reading, journaling, making sure your vision board is updated. I'm still working on mine and I'm looking forward to see what it entails. I didn't mean for this video to be so long like this, but I hope this video can help you and you can share it with a friend, share it with a relative. And till next time, I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out.